Opt-in required. First bet on specified market only. Penalty shootout goals excluded. Free bet stakes not included in returns. No free bet expiry. Eligibility restrictions and further T&Cs apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Greetings cats and kittens, welcome once again to Baggy Hi-Fi, this YouTube channel devoted to record collecting and the vinyl community here in the UK. Well, summer is here at last in England. I'm sitting here in the Baggy Hi-Fi gazebo to present you with this latest video. And this video is a response to Norman Maslov, Mazzy, whom I'm sure you all watch on the VC here on YouTube. And I don't think, even though there have been lots of vinyl tags going around at the moment, in fact, maybe too many, this is a response to two videos he's made recently, which have been anthologies, him showing 20 anthologies or compilations on CD. And I thought, well, you know, I have a lot of comps on CD which I really like, some of which aren't available on CD, on vinyl. So I thought I'd respond to Mazzy and show the ones I think are good. Mazzy showed really anthologies of single artists or single bands, but all of these I'm going to show are various artists' compilations. So there are 20 here, so I better get through them quickly. This one I'm sure many of you will have, and if you don't have it, then you need to stop this video now and go out and buy it, because this is almost like the granddad of all great comps, and this came out on Elektra, and it is nuggets, original artifacts from the first psychedelic era, compiled by Lenny Kaye, and there's not a bad track on this one really. American garage and psychedelia of top quality. Moving over to England, this is a compilation from the EMI archives, and this is a collection called Psychedelia at Abbey Road, 1965 to 1969, a mind excursion through the late 60s. This is a brilliant compilation, including Donovan, Tomorrow, the Hollies, Simon Dupree and the Big Sound with Kites, The Pretty Things, Mark Wirtz, lesser known bands like Mandrake Paddle Steamer and the Moles and the Coobers, but all really brilliant British psychedelia. This one I think is still available. It's I think it's on Cherry Red, but excellent, very, very good. Play this one quite often. There are other titles in this series of recordings from Abbey Road. Now, sticking with Psych, this is a Perfume Garden, Volume 3. This, I think, originally, this series, I think, of about 4 albums came out on vinyl in the 80s, and they were put out on CD. There's also a box set. This is Perfume Garden tended to be a collection of heavier psych bands, and they are all British ones. On this one, this is a really strong one, Volume 3. Groundhogs, very early track by Groundhogs. Boeing Duveen and the Beautiful Soup. Yeah, very, very not very well known UK psych and garage bands, but all of these are good, and if you like anything off this, then you may as well get the box set. Perfume Garden Volume 3. Now, moving to the poppier end of psych, this is a multiple series, Piccadilly Sunshine. This is Volume 4 of Piccadilly Sunshine. This collects as I said, more sort of pop psych of the late 60s and early 70s. Very obscure bands, but there's some magnificent stuff on here. This is a strong one. If you like Toy Town psychedelia, you'll like this. I think there's about 18 volumes in the series, and worth tracking down. They're all still available, and I think these are available in box sets as well. I think the first 9 in one and the next 9 in the other. So that's Piccadilly Sunshine, collection of British pop psych and other flavours, 1967 to 69. Moving over to the USA. This is a nice compilation Cherry Red put out, and it is Book a Trip, the Psych Pop Sounds of Capitol Records. And again, not very well known bands, but this is a lot of Sunshine pop on here. Some very good tracks, 26 tracks on here. Productions by the like of David Axelrod, arrangements by Leon Russell, David Gates and Neil Young play on these. Nice booklet in here. And a groovy CD there. So that's one I definitely would recommend to add to US, if you like US psych pop and Sunshine pop. This is in a similar vein from the Warner Brothers archives. This is a whole lot of rainbows, soft pop psych nuggets from the Warner archives, the vaults. Come to the Sunshine is on here by Harper's Bazaar. Some of this is better well known. Jan and Dean are on here. The Monkees are on here with Someday Man, one of their many great songs. Yeah, I really like this one. Reproduces the green Warner Brothers label on the CD, on the disc. Back to the UK now. The Justification series put out almost bootleg. I think it was only 500 copies of this, so even the CDs are fairly rare. But I believe last year there was a box set of the 3 CDs. Yeah, stuff that isn't on some of the vinyl comps of British pop psych. Jet Harris is on here. You wouldn't think he would fit, but he does. So this is volume 1, very basic packaging, but some good music on there. So do look out if you like this kind of thing for the box set of Just a Fixation. Here's another collection of psych and pop psych, a rare collection of oral antiquities. This is a curiosity shop, and again another series collecting. You just wouldn't think they'd still be able to find these obscure pop psych tunes. This includes, this is mainly British, not really very well known bands. I mean, Joe Cocker is on here, but Dr. Marigold's Prescription, Granny's Intentions, Bonzo Dog Band are on here too, and Eartha Kitt, who did cover some Donovan tunes and in a psych vein in about 1970, and she does Where Your Love Like Heaven on here, the Donovan tunes. That's Curiosity Shop, and that's volume 3 of a multiple CD series. Just before we take a break and listen to some needle drops, this is Shapes and Shadows on the great Grapefruit records. This is the Chapter 1 label, which existed for 5 years, 1968 to 72. Again, another really strong collection of psych on here. Episode 6 are on here, which the guy from Deep Purple was in. What's his name again? Ian Gillan. Yeah, so this is a nice collection, nice booklet as ever. The Grapefruit do these collections just so well. And there's the disc with the Grapefruit logo.
Inside to himself beats and repeats. Flowers for my friends, for my friends, for my friends. Flowers for my friends. Flowers for my friends.
Continuing with this rundown of 20 excellent CD comps, we move on to more folky type of stuff. This is Meat on the Ledge. Dale from Gatefold 33 showed this before, I think on the vinyl copy. And the story behind this is that Sainsbury's supermarket here in the UK commissioned Bob Stanley of Saint Etienne to compile some sort of sampler records of particular genres of music, and there is a synth pop one in this series, but this is the folk rock one in the series. This is Meat on the Ledge. Really recommend you get this one. 20 tracks, great for listening in the car. All the greats are on here: Fairport Convention, Lindisfarne, Richard and Linda Thompson, Sandy Denny, Dr. Strangely Strange, Cobb, Tudor Lodge, Bert Jansch, Incredible String Band. Peter Hamill's also on here as well. He does fit in quite well. So that's Meat on the Ledge, a taste of folk rock compiled by Bob Stanley for Sainsbury's supermarkets. And this is a collection called Ripples, and this collected soft pop and folk rock from UK. This is Ripples Volume 6, which does focus on the more folk rock angle of things. It's Jingle Jangle Mornings. I've had this for quite a long time. I think this maybe came out, in 2000 this came out. 30 tracks of British folk rock. Very, very nice. Sequenced really well. Look out for these. You don't really see these very often now, but the Ripples series. RPM, another excellent CD label connected with Cherry Red. This is called Folk Rock and Faithful with 2 L's, reference to Marianne Faithfull. And this collects sort of pop folk from jingle jangle guitar rings to wistful faraway voices. This volume takes you on a magic swirling ship of Brit girl troubadours. This is in the series of Dream Babes, which collected UK 60s singers, and this is the folk collection. Vashti Bunyan is on here. Lesser known people like Trisha and Greta Ann, but also Nico is on here with the wonderful I'm Not Saying. More of a recent comp, and this is a Johnny Trunk compilation, which I really recommend. This is Fuzzy Felt Folk, a very nostalgic cover with a fuzzy felt toy that you used to make pictures out of. If you're of a certain age, you'll know this. This is a collection of folk oddities, very much sort of like taken from children's records in the main. And there's very, very twee stuff on here, but it does have a great flow to it. I'd Start Counting is from a film by Basil Kirchin. And there's some strange stuff on here, but look out for this one, the vinyl version. It'd be quite nice to have the vinyl version, but it's another one that's particular genre of kids twee folk music, but with a few other oddities on there. Fuzzy Felt Folk. Moving over to the US, this is an excellent collection that was put out on the Revenant label, and it's called American Primitive Volume 1. I'm not sure whether there ever was a Volume 2. Raw pre-war gospel taken from 78s and done very well. Very informative booklet. Lots of great information. This is put together by John Fahey, or was put together by the late John Fahey, and it is a lot of gospel music on here. You can hear the crackle of the of the wax from the 78s, but this is an excellent collection of early 1920s, 1930s raw gospel music. I've got this next one in my local market, and there isn't really a market, it's just a few tabletops on a Saturday morning, and this is a collection from 2004 called Gather in the Mushrooms, the British Acid Folk Underground 1968 to 1974, and this predates more recent compilations of acid folk like Summer Is a Comin' In, which is on the Grapefruit label, which I've shown before. This is a fine collection of acid folk, Magnet, Corn Rigs from the Wicker Man, Sally Angie, Pentangle, Forest, Sandy Denny, Sheila MacDonald, Vashti Bunyan, Fresh Maggots, Comus. Very strong British acid folk collection. Now going back to the early 60s now, this is the first compilation I ever got of Joe Meek's music, and this is the Pie Years Volume 1 and Volume 2, double collection of CDs of productions by the great Joe Meek. Not a bad one on here, and there are 24 tracks on each CD. Wonderful stuff. Includes the Honeycombs, Riot Squad, Flea Wreckers, Glenda Collins' wonderful song, It's Hard to Believe It, all wrapped up in that inimitable Joe Meek production style. So that's there is a volume 2 of this, which I have, which is just a single CD. Now, the Ace Records label puts out some wonderful compilations, and this is one they put out last year, I think it was, or maybe 2019. And this is She Came from Liverpool, and it's a collection of girl singers and girl groups from Liverpool, Merseyside girl pop, 1962 to 1968. I think that's the Vernon's girls, who met working at Vernon's pools. And my two sisters had school holiday jobs at Vernon's pools, which is very near where we used to live in Liverpool. There are some well-known singers on here like Cilla Black, Beryl Marsden, Jerry Marsden's sister, and 25 tracks of 60s Mersey girls. Now, this next one came out on the RPM label. It's Bubble Pop. It's UK bubblegum glam, poppy, playful, off-the-wall music from the early 70s. This is all taken from the UK label. That is the label was called UK, and the label was run by Jonathan King, who has since been disgraced, but older viewers will remember Jonathan King appearing on TV. He also produced the first Genesis album, because I think he was an ex-Charterhouse boy. But there are some real likeable oddities on here. Exploitation pop, really. There's some quite nice reggae numbers. Definitely some glam stompers on here. Ricky Wilde, Marty Wilde's son, is on here. Brother of Kim Wilde, with some gimmick songs, Teen Wave and Hertfordshire Rock. Don't think this one is still in print, but music from 1972 to 1976. Now, at the beginning of this video, I showed the Nuggets compilation, and this is another almost equally well-known compilation which came out in the 1990s when the world was rediscovering library music and easy listening. This is the Sound Gallery. I've seen John from 6-Inch Pianist show this one, and I never really picked up on this one at the time, although I was quite intrigued by all that easy listening stuff which was coming out. This is all British easy listening, but I don't know whether you can really apply that to this, because there's a lot of music for advertising on here, heavy on the brass, heavy on the funk. What's on here that you might know? I'm sure you probably even got this. Alan Hawkshaw, a master of this library kind of stuff. Paddy Kingsland, Brian Bennett. The music for, all the music for It's All at the Co-op, which was a music from an advert. So the Sound Gallery. Been listening to this one in the car a lot this week. And finally, a much more recent compilation put together again by Bob Stanley, who's become sort of master of thematic comps. This is the tiers of technology, and I think once again Dale from Gatefold 33 has shown this. This is a collection of early 80s synth pop. I'll just read the blurb on the back. Like Mellotrons before them, synthesizers could project a strange and deep emotion. Something in the wiring had an inherent melancholy. Previous generations had often disparaged synths as dehumanizing machines, but at the turn of the 80s, a new crop of musicians appeared who could coax them into creating modern and decidedly moving music. So on here you have very early music by Simple Minds, the great John Fox, OMD when they were good, the Pale Fountains from Liverpool, the Human League who were always good, Teardrop Explodes who again were always good, and some real obscurities which are taken from some cassette releases, but again very, very nicely paced. And I've been listening to this one again quite a bit in the car. So there you go, 20 compilations on CD, and I didn't even go into the debate about whether CDs are inferior to vinyl. I'm not bothered really, I buy both, and I think probably a lot of the people in the VC do so, unless you are audiophile snobs. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be putting another one out quite soon. Enjoy the weather if you live in the UK, and enjoy the weather if the weather's good where you are too. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.
This year, next year, sometime never. Paper dreams tied up with bits of string. Darkness comes, flowers grow. No